Um, Hi, how are you? You're visiting us at Nuestra Finca, which means our farm. We're the farmers. This is my wife Yvonne, our best helper India, and my name is Mike Humphrey. And welcome to Nuestra Finca. Okay, this is our latest generation of hoop house that we have designed for what we call our field houses. There's no chickens in there right now because that's where chickens are not supposed to be during the day. They're supposed to be out in the field. You see a house full of chickens in the day, it may not be the right way to raise a chicken. This one is predator proof. We have a lot of predators here. We're on the edge of the primary rainforest. It's big enough in area to house 80 chickens, which is the size of the flock that's behind you. It still has the bedding, and at night when they come in, they produce more and more and more manured wood shaving mix that later becomes compost, that later becomes organic vegetables. So they're doing their job at night even when they're sleeping. We put bamboo, these are all naturally harvested locally, bamboo troughs, and the chickens will come in here at night. Nothing gets in here, and a lot of animals would like to. So they're protected at night, and they range during the day, and that's why we call the system a day range system. Flash forward and go to about 2 weeks and a couple days, and this is what they'll look like in 2 weeks and a few days, and this is our next older flock. And they grew quite a bit. And they get active, and this is the beginning of creating the best nitrogen-rich compost in the world, and it happens right in these beds. This is wood shavings from a local wood mill, and all natural stuff. No such thing as pressure treated here. And they just do their little business in it. And we keep it dry so that they stay nice and healthy. And you can see the room they have. They let
How many are in here now?
This is
Mike?
only 60.
And times of the
normally
year
it could be 160, and they'd still have enough room. It's hard to believe, but they'll have enough room, and it's all size oriented. In another week, they would be going and split into these larger field houses. Okay. So these are 4-week-old chickens, 4 weeks and a couple of days. They got introduced to the pasture a couple days late. This isn't a factory; it's a farm, so nothing's perfect here. They got out. This is their first day in the pasture. They should have been out about 4 or 5 days ago. But look at them already. This is electrified, so I have to go quickly. Woo! There goes my shoe. Yeah, this is their first day in the pasture, and this is an example of how chickens genetically love pasture. This is what they want to do. They peck around, they forage for minerals. If you were to close-up look at this grass, it's probably got 15 different species of grasses here. These are just natural, indigenous pasture grasses that grow in after you chop and cut, and this pasture areas have been fertilized with chicken manure for probably a year, this area. So the grasses are growing a lot richer. So basically we're improving the land. It's hard to find a farming system that doesn't deplete resources. It's difficult. So our goal is to design and work with a farming system, and that's really what permaculture is all about. A system that makes the earth better than when you left it. I mean, these little guys are all putting nitrogen right into the soil, and better quality grass is growing than what was here before. Tell me when. Okay, these chickens are approaching 8 weeks old. They're full grown, full size, and big and healthy. They, in this time of day, they tend to still stay in the shades a little bit. As it gets shadier towards the evening, they'll run around more and start pecking. And an interesting point is a lot of people think that this breed of chickens for meat, you've probably heard it, that, oh my God, they're bred not to be able to walk. They're so overbred for the breast, they can't walk, they're sick. It's just a horrible thing. And this is not true. The fact that they can't walk is because they're confinement raised in big factories. These guys can do more than walk. They can run up and down hills. They're healthy as they can be. They look a little bit like sumo wrestlers, but they're strong and healthy. And that's because they spend their life outside. Something that we've noticed. We were worried about that too, and they don't seem to have any problem. They can negotiate these hills. They get around just fine.
Put your hands together, make a little noise out there. How about drummer man?
Mike, what makes your chickens so different in the way that they're raised and in the way that they taste?
Basically, the biggest difference with the chickens that are raised outside in pastures, free-range chickens, like ours, is there's a couple things. One is they receive natural sunlight. They metabolize vitamin D just the way humans do. It makes them healthier. That means they don't require the antibiotics and all the things that they're fed in factory farms. The other thing is they get a lot of nutrients from the grasses, all the different grasses in the pastures, as well as minerals from the earth. And then a huge factor is they're acting the way chickens were supposed to act. They're free, so they have less stress. Less stress again equates to not having to jack them up with antibiotics like the factory farms do, because they're raised in confinement and they're not raised healthy. So our chickens are healthy. They're happy, stress-free, and they just have a wider variety of things to eat. It affects the way they taste, it affects the way they live, it's more humane, and you end up with a better product. It just tastes better.